Welcome to the 2013 Arctic Fundra Highlight Show, presented by YourChampionship.com. As Winter Storm Nemo covered the grounds in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Fundra participants had to modify their tournament in order to get it in. They flocked south to York, Pennsylvania. With temperatures as low as 18 degrees and no snow in sight, Briarwood Golf Club provided the perfect location for the tournament. Due to the drastic relocation, the format of the tournament was slightly changed from walking 36 holes to only 27, but the rules that provided for no food or drinks with calories still stood if you wanted to win the Matt Gosserud Traveling Trophy. Returning champions Andrew Baker and Brian Hungarter did choose to team up together again, while the rest of the field was randomly drawn out of a hat. Certain teams were given extra strokes based on their handicaps, and two Fundra rookies who had called in from the merchandiser were paired with a third Fundra veteran to offset the odd numbers. And here are your pre-tee-off standings based on those strokes given. Let's get down to the player introductions. 2012 Lanco Open champion Brixton Albert. His partner, the Zen Master, Jay Ingram. Merchandiser rookie, Aaron Stevens. The second merchandiser rookie, Darren Smith. Their partner, former Miami football player, Gary Brown. As the teams exchange nice formalities, Gary sprints off on the first hole. The second grouping, newlywed, Steve Brenner. His partner, the putting guru, Coach Tompos. Struggling teeing it up in frozen conditions, and just back from a year in South Korea, Eric Gosserud. His partner, a golfing legend, Mike Turner. The second group heads off. In the final group, the king of the irons, AJ Ianello. His partner, bachelor aficionado, Kevin Gosserud. Now let's listen to live introductions of the returning champions.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the reigning 2012 Arctic Fundra champions. First up, just broke his tee, Brian Hungarter. And finally, last on the tee in the championship group of the 2012 Arctic Fundra reigning champions, Mr. Andrew Baker.
Right off the bat, Brixton and Jay stay solid with a nice par on number 2 and a great advantage with a 4-stroke handicap. On number 3, Gary Brown definitely does not like his tee shot. Meanwhile, Eric has to run over to a different tee box to even find his ball after a bad shot on number 2. Here's Brixton Albert on number 3, par 3, 160 yards, little creek in front. He throws it up there in the frozen conditions. Nails it, 15 feet away from the pin. They would putt in for birdie. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is your first Rambo shot of the day. Back on number 2, here's your reigning champion, Andrew Baker, chipping up for an eagle. Puts in a great location for a good shot at birdie. But look at this team chemistry already. Brian Hungarter, same shot, banks it off his teammate, puts it so close for getting the eagle, just rolls out. They'd have a nice little few feet shot for birdie. Here's Eric Gosserud shooting even on the day. Same par 3 with the creek in front. His partner Mike Turner just hit in the water before. What does Eric do? Needs a good shot and pop. In the water. They double bogey. Bad start for Turner and Gosserud. And here's the champ Baker with a birdie putt after the ricochet. He got it. So clutch, easy, good start for their team. Baker again on that number 3 tough hole, par 3 creek in front. He just sneaks it over. They'd have a great shot, get the par. After that tough double bogey on number 3 by Gossrud and Turner, they need a pick-me-up. What do you think happens? Mr. Mike Turner blasts it down the middle of the fairway. They're back on track. While the other teams are talking about nutritional strategy.
There are berries on the course.
If there are berries grown,
yeah, I mean,
can we eat berries?
I think you could, because you're risking poison.
After 18.
Here's the king of the long irons, Mr. AJ Iannello, with a tough, long second approach shot. What does he do? Skirts it up to the front of the green. They'd have a nice long putt for birdie. Here's Hungarder's chip for birdie on number 4. Nice shot, rolls it in. They'd complete the par. What's this on number 6? Yeah, that's Gary Brown crushing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't think the Fundra is real, listen to this Brixton approach shot.
Too much.
Greens as hard as concrete. You're not coming across that anywhere else. Rookie Aaron Stevens eyes up these tough greens, while Brixton tries for the par save. Easy does it. Coach with a tough approach out of the bunker. You gotta be gentle with these greens. If you go hard, you go home. Here's Rambo's second shot of the day. Mike Turner on the 320 par 4 number 6. Second shot. Need to make some strokes back. Rolls it up within a few feet of the hole. Beautiful. The putting guru looking for a birdie. Look at the form, and it just slips out. Here's Turner for birdie after that incredible shot. They needed it. They got it. Birdie time. Back on track. Can I get a partner fist bump? Yeah. Remember what I told you about those hard greens? Here's Andrew Baker's second shot on number 6. Listen in again. It's just too hard to throw it up there. You got to be soft. Mr. Iannello, same hole, second shot, par 4. You can't be hard with these greens. He just skirts it up there. They're going to have a nice shot at birdie. Let's watch Kevin make quick work of that birdie attempt.
Baker, chill. Chill. We're waiting at the actual.
Yes, Kevin, I will accept this rose. And slowly the field's putting starts to come together. Baker with a nice par. Jay Ingram with a nice par. Aaron Stevens with a nice par. Darren Smith, rookie, powering down hole number 9. Here's a little foreshadowing of Eric Gossrud's Fundra day. Chipping for birdie on the par 3 number 8. Gets it within inches of a nice birdie. Instead, it rolls off down the fringe, and they would 3-putt for double bogey. Mr. Iannello, same hole. Remember, you can't stop the Fundra conditions. You can only hope to contain them. Moonball bounce off the green. They would bogey the hole. Through 9, Brixton and Jay have got off to a ridiculously hot start, and the rest of the field is just chasing. Fundra rookie Aaron Stevens starting off the middle 9 with some power. And here's a classic veteran Gary Brown move. Doesn't use the cart path once, he uses it twice. Skirts it down the fairway, great shot. While Gary gets his amino acids in check, Brixton and Jay just keep on rolling. Here's another steady par as they stay at -7 after 15. Steve Brenner trying to work some magic with a little birdie chip on 15. Throws it up, just gets a little stuck. They'd get the par. And here is Rambo's third shot of the day from Mr. Bob Brian Hungarder. Camera guy doesn't think he can get there. Does not think he can get there. Guess what? He gets there and more some. 15 feet for birdie. Guess what? We have back-to-back Rambo shots of the day. King of the irons, AJ Iannello chipping for birdie on 15 into the wind. He's got it. What a shot. What a shot. Incredible. Let's check out a replay. Blue ball go down the hole. But Brixton and Jay just can't be stopped on the number 17 par 5, 494 yards. They actually had a putt for eagle. Comes up just right. You know what that means. A little tap, tap, tappy for birdie. Brian Hungarter, number 16, driving. He does not like it. But that's why this is a team tournament. You need a pick-me-up. Andrew Baker comes through. Look at this drive. Camera focus in, camera focus in. Out driving everybody down the middle of the fairway. They'd get the par. But here's a better display of teamwork. Eric Gosford, number 17, par 5, 494 yards, trying to reach the green in 2, into the wind. What does he do? It's off the cart path, into the tree, and down outside of the green. Not bad, but not perfect. So Mr. Mike Turner says, you know what? I'll help us out. Launches it. Where do you think this shot's going to go? Where do you think this shot's going to go from over 200 yards out? He puts it within 20 feet. Just off the green. Incredible shot. But the teamwork doesn't end there. It doesn't end. Eric, eagle chip. Spins it in there within 5 feet. Comes through. Birdie putt. Sinks it. Once again, they needed it. They got it. Mr. Iannello, third shot on that 17 par 5. Throws it up. Remember, these greens are frozen. They can kick out, but if you talk to them, they'll stick for you. They'd make par. Rambo's fifth shot of the day comes from his BFF Andrew Baker, who spins an eagle chip so close to the hole. Teammate Brian Hungar comes over with a little tap tap for birdie, and maybe, just maybe, they can catch Jay and Brixton. Here are your standings through 18 as Brixton and Jay continue to dominate, but the risky better ball format is still ahead. Let's go down to the course and get Brixton's thoughts.
Trying to keep the metal to the hammer, right? Hell to the metal.
6-stroke lead at least, I think.
Should be I think we're going to try to win this by 8. One hole at a time though, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe nobody has investigated what is in that cup. I see steam, I see brown liquid. He is dominating. There could be sugar, cream, or some kind of performance enhancers in there.
Cabs are a little on the sore side. It's that Bikram yoga that Thursday and Friday night, you know? Cabs are killing me, you know?
As the competitors push on, what's more alarming is Andrew Baker, the reigning champion, is only texting while he's down 6 strokes on the 19th tee. His own teammate had pneumonia a few days ago.
You know, I'm trying to fight through it. See how it works out. A little tired.
It looks like the Fundra conditions have really taken a toll on these players on the final 9. Darren's about to keel over. Aaron's somehow trying to will this putt in. And where's Gary Brown? Gary Brown is hiding underneath that tree. Let's go to Jay.
I keep in good shape. I play golf, walk all the time.
Nice.
You know, lift a little weights, do little things. My wife's a physical therapist.
The 2012 Lanco Open champion Brixton Albert and the Zen master himself, Jay Ingram, continue to stay the course, while the rest of the field simply does not have what it takes to get the job done. The only productive team at the moment is Brenner and Coach, who at -2 have strung together a couple of birdies and might start to put a little pressure on the leaders. But with only 3 holes to go, time may be running. No. No. Oh my gosh. From parts unknown, Steve Brenner has broken out the green plaid golf shirt. Things will get interesting. And just like that, Brixton and Jay have bogeyed numbers 4 and 5. Could this be the choke of Fundra history? Here's Jay's second shot on the 24th, and what is he aiming at? Or who is he aiming at? Watch out, camera guy. The Zen Master may have lost his focus. Brixton needs to get it together. Here's his second shot on the par 4. He throws it up. It's on the green, but wait, it's rolling back off. This is trouble, ladies and gentlemen. And just when you thought the wheels were gonna fall off, Brixton Albert needs up and down for par, puts it within a couple of feet. That's some good leche. With power unmatched. He just outdrove that jet.
State of mind, guys.
You got it.
Here's another incredible approach shot by Mr. State of Mind. Within a foot. Brenner needs to work some magic if he wants to keep the pressure on and have a shot at maybe forcing a playoff.
Chucks up his third shot on the par 5 final hole. It's on the green. He's got a birdie shot. But what's this? The green kryptonite golf plaid shirt is gone. What? Questionable decision at best to cover up the green plaid polo, and look what happens. Long birdie putt to go to -4 on the last hole. Comes up short. Coach for par to stay at -3. Guess what? Comes up short. Brenner's par putt to stay at -3. Misses to the right. Destiny is out of their hands. They finish at -2, while Gossrud and Turner finish at +4. As the championship group makes its way down the 26th hole, someone's going to need a gosh darn Christmas miracle. Here's Hungarter's second shot. He's at -1 with Baker. Throws it up. Needs some kind of magic. Doesn't work out. They'd actually bogey. Brixton on 27. Great drive. Playing it safe. Here's Brixton's fourth shot on the par 5 last hole. The team has earned the right to play it safe. They'll put it on the green. Try to just 2-putt for the win. Here's a little hope for the Fundra rookies out there. Aaron Stevens, 40-foot par putt. After a tough day, it goes in the hole. What a par, ladies and gentlemen. What a par. Gets the congratulatory handshake from the leaders. And here's Brixton's tap in. Bogey. But guess what? They finish at -4, and no one's going to be able to catch that. Other group at +7, but it's all about Brixton and Jay. Our championship group comes in with nothing left to play for except pride itself. Kevin Gossrud trying to get birdie on the last hole. Little theatrics. Just short. Taps it in for the par. And we see why maybe he wasn't on top of his game today.
Fundra Battlement. Yeah, Sunday. Walking Dead tonight. Yeah.
As the Hungarter Baker championship reign comes to an end, he taps in his par and chucks away his ball in disgust. AJ taps in a par. But that's all she wrote, folks. This has been the J.M. Brixton Show. Got the coast home at -4. Coach and Steve at -2. What a Fundra. Let's go down and talk to the winners.
Brixton today had this wonderful aura about him. It was like walking with a saint. He was pure, he was clean, never one time said anything that would embarrass me. And he also hit the ball 300 yards off the tee every time down the middle.
We all get lucky sometimes. When I was paired with Jay, I didn't know what to think, but he said, it's over. So we just went out there, had a fun time, and he told me some great stories. And
they drew every name out of the hat, and the last two left were the two of us. And I walked up to him afterward. I said, "They're not going to beat us," and they didn't. He's, you know, I mean, we have the good game. I'm really short. He's really long.
good combo, definitely good combo.
It's a good combo because I'm down the middle, so we always had something down the middle, and it works.
Just having the Matt Gossford traveling trophy, like I won't sleep tonight.
Was there?
This is pretty special.
Any final thoughts after losing?
I'm really hungry.
Though Baker may have lost a championship title today, we will not lose money at the York Buffet Grill and Barbecue, as the Fundra Field comes for a feast to refuel not only on energy, but also on friendship, after the fiercest of the competition tore them apart today. As they drive home, one can only think the 2014 Arctic Fundra is 365 days away.